4 reasons why you should never chase a person. God has someone better. Number 1. To avoid making costly mistakes. The reason why there is a high rate of divorce and broken relationship is as a result of the fact that a lot of people jump into relationships that they know is not the right one, but they lack the patience to wait on the right person God has destined for them. The truth is, when you are with the wrong person, your whole life will be affected negatively by a decision. The waiting might seem unending and depressing, but it is worth it because you will end up making a costly mistake in life being with the wrong person. It's better to be single than to be married and praying to be single again. A lot of people have done costly and unspeakable things in a bid to keep a relationship that is not meant to be. You will end up making decisions that will not only affect you now, but will eventually affect your future. There are lots of stories of people that even went to the point of committing suicide because they discovered that the partner they hoped to spend the rest of their lives with cheated on them. You need to understand that cheating is inevitable when you are with someone that does not value you. Sometimes you deceive yourself into believing that you love him or her, and that one day he or she will eventually love you the same way. That is deception. If you planning on ending up with someone that does not love you, he or she may never love you. And love is two-way traffic. In a situation where it's coming from a single direction, the other will be at the receiving end. It is not God's will and plans for your life for you to settle for less. It was God that originated the idea of marriage, according to Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, and the Lord said, "It is not good for the man to be alone." You need to wait for the time that God has discovered that is not good for you to be alone, because His time is the best time. When you go ahead of God, costly and dangerous mistakes are bound to occur. Avoiding costly mistakes is a good reason why you should never chase a person, but instead wait on the Lord for the right person. Do not be in a haste. Decisions you make today have a way of hunting you down in the future. It is not wise to bring up children in the wrong home that will be psychologically affected by your wrong decision. Number 2, not to lose yourself. It is indeed very unfortunate that a lot of people have lost themselves in the shadows of others. God created every one of us for a reason. Some people think the only thing that they were created to do is to find love and get married, so they devote their entire life and time trying to accomplish that. If that is what you feel about life, you are on a journey of no return. There is more to life than finding love. God took His time to create you because He has a purpose in your life. Marriage is meant to complete what you have already built, not to build you. When you are chasing after love, you may end up living someone else's life, leaving yours behind, and when you eventually realize that you have not been living your life, it may be too late to start all over again. You don't have to lose yourself because you are tired of being alone. I understand that sometimes the frustration of not finding love when you need it is depressing, but again, it's better to be single than to be with someone and feel useless. If only you will realize that there is more to you than you think, you will relax and wait for the right person. The truth is, life does not just end when you find the love of your life. Life is in phases, and if you have succeeded in passing this phase, you will come across another phase, and when you have not fully prepared yourself, it will be difficult for you to do that at that time. The time of waiting is a time of self-improvement and development. When you skip this part and jump into another, you will not be valued. Nobody wants to be with someone that has nothing to offer. You have to know your worth, know why you were created and the purpose of your existence. A partner is someone that will build on the foundation you have already made, but when you have not made the foundation, how do you expect your partner to build? Adam was busy doing something when God brought someone to help him. If he was not doing anything, there will not be any need for help. Do not see waiting as a wasted time. See it as an opportunity God is giving you to develop yourself so that when He eventually brings the right one, he or she will appreciate and value you. You don't need to pretend to be who you're not, trying to keep a relationship, because marriage is too long for pretense. Number 3, to fulfill the will of God in your life. God has a will and plans for your life. He knows your end from the beginning, and He wants you to fulfill a purpose here on earth. However, our God is not a dictator. He does not impose us to do things out of our will. That is why the Bible says, "I have placed before you life and death." However, He encourages us to choose life so we may have it in abundance. God will not force His will on you. This is why it's important to seek His face at all times and in all circumstances so that you do not make a wrong mistake. God's plans for your life are of good and not of evil that will bring you to an expected end. He has already arranged how your life will be right before you were even born, and that also includes the kind of person you will end up with. Your partner can either make you or break you, and if it's a sensitive issue, that needs to be treated with care. A lot of people have missed the will of God for their lives because they did not wait for God to bring the right person their way. The grave is full of so many potentials that could not be actualized because people lost their priority while in life. Marriage is a serious issue. It has a way of affecting all other areas of your life. Abraham knew this, and that was why he was very careful in choosing a wife for Isaac, his son. Do not allow desperation to make you lose the essence of your existence. God created you to do exploit. You are not supposed to live an ordinary life because your Maker is not ordinary. The Bible says, "I will show you great and mighty things you do not know," but in a situation where you are in a wrong relationship, you will not have the time to even seek God's face so He can show you these great and mighty things. It's very important to end up with the one that God has destined for you because your partner is supposed to help you fulfill God's will for your life. But when you don't wait for Him to bring the right person, you might end up with someone that has a different purpose from yours, which will hinder you from achieving yours. Number 4, because being in the right relationship will bring the best out of you. When you wait on the Lord to bring the right person for you, you will be the best version of yourself. This is why it's very essential not to waste your time chasing someone, because instead of being better, you will lose yourself and you will never have the time to appreciate God for how He created you. When you are in the right relationship, everything about life will be moving just fine. You will keep doing better because you have someone that encourages and supports you, someone that understands and has your best interest at heart. Your life will become an admiration to others. You will be so full of joy and happiness and will have enough time to serve God. When you're depressed, it's difficult to serve God and even do other important things in your life. Do not be in haste to find love. Do not settle for less, and try not to be desperate so that you won't miss the blessings and joy of being with the right person. When you're chasing someone, you think less of yourself and have less time to develop yourself, but when you are with the right person that God has destined for you, everything just comes naturally. You don't have to struggle for it. Your partner will naturally want to see the best out of you. They will be the ones to inspire you to do your best. They will get to the point of giving you ideas that you never imagined. You will be surprised how your life will be so amazing when you're with the right person.